What's up, guys? Come back out to the waste treatment plant on Buffalo Bayou. The last time I was here, very, very unfortunate, tragic events unfolded. Ended up spending most of the evening with Houston Police Department and Fire Department. But today we've come back with two things on our mind: catfish and white bass. Now, if we catch anything else, I'll be happy. But those are the target species. And this is what we've got set up. I found this old lawn chair. It's broken, so I'm not going to be sitting in it, but it will make a nice rod rest. So I've got the drag turned down real light on my big rod, and look right here. Old school technique. This is what they used to do way back in the day, before bait runners were common practice. Anybody fishing for catfish would use one of these little bells. So if a catfish comes along and starts moving the line, I'm going to hear about it, probably even before I see it. Now, if you look behind me, you can see all that steam coming off the water. That's really good. Here's why. This outflow is going to have warmer water than the main body of the bayou right now, which means fish are going to be attracted to this spot even more than they typically would be. You know, fish naturally find outflows an appealing place because they offer so much food. But when you offer food and a rise in temperature guaranteed to keep fish active, that's just like double whammy. Here we go. So for my other bait, I think I'm going to start with a piece of this tilapia that I caught yesterday. And I don't want a big chunky piece of bait. I'm going to take the scales off here for a couple of reasons. Not only will it make it more pliable in the fish's mouth when they pick it up, but it's also just going to make it a lot easier for me to cut. There we go. Get the scales off. I want a long, thin strip of bait. Oh, look at that. It's a gravid female right here. This right here, let me show you. These are eggs. All these little yellow dots that you see on my hands. Those are fish eggs, guys. Let me focus in on that. There we go. This is why it's important not to transfer fish from one body of water to the other. Even though this fish is dead and I'm using it for bait, let's say, for example, this is a water feature that doesn't have this invasive species present yet, which, I mean, for today's purposes, that's not the case. I mean, tilapia are everywhere. Also, I caught this in a connected water body, so it's already here. But in theory, that's how you spread invasive species. You take one, and even though this one's dead, we would be unwittingly potentially transferring the eggs to a new water body. That's our bait right there, guys. Nice little long strip of fish. That is exactly what I want. All right. So let me show you this. You know, I get a lot of questions about the gear that I use. This is a Shimano Terramar Southeast spinning rod. This is the heavy action. I use it a lot for sea fishing, so I like a big stiff rod. 7 feet long. This is the Penn 4500 live liner. Penn Spin Fisher, to be exact. Penn Spin Fisher V 4500 live liner. 30-pound braid tied to 30-pound monofilament. And coming down to this end, the business end, I've got on just a chunk of lead from a cast net. It's a really good way to recycle your cast nets, is to take the leads and use them as fishing weights. And for my leader on this one, I've got very, very thick 400-pound braided line. Very supple, incredibly strong, and then just a decent O'Shaughnessy hook. This is why, you can see the shape of this hook now. This is why I wanted a long strip of fish. So what I'm going to do is go in one side like that, bring it back around, just like that. That's what I want. That's our bait. Let's get this out, get my rag. This is why I always like to carry a good rag with me. I remember all the days that I forgot a rag. Okay, here's what's happening. I cast that bait out there and it was getting smacked on the way down. So fish were aggressively attacking it even on the drop, but, oh shit, got a bite. Fish on. Don't know what this is. Fish on though. Instantaneous. Took it on the drop, he did. And I got my bait back too. That's how you know you got a quick hookup, is when you get your bait back from one of these blues. Never leave home without it, kiddos. They are on the feed today. That is so encouraging. There we go. So encouraging to get a catfish that quickly. This one's really pretty. I mean, he's a blue cat. He's just absolutely gorgeous. Lots of silver and purple. Anyway, let's put him back. Yeah, that's a pretty looking fish right there. I love this water. It's so clear in the shallows. We'll be able to see him swim off. Oh, wrong way, buddy. You gotta go the other way. Kind of shove him off here. There he goes. That was great. Oh, that happened so fast. It's all in one shot. I mean, normally I try not to do everything in one camera take because it's just, you end up with so much dead time. And I've got the fish in and back, and my bait is still on the hook, and I can cast it back out all in one take. This might be a first. And set you guys down for 1 second. Don't go anywhere. There you go. That bait is still good as new. There we go. Throw it out. I'm throwing it out across the current and letting the current drift it down to where food item is naturally going to settle. Ah, fish on. Decided to cast it out the other way, so not into the spillway behind us, but out towards those rock piles. I figured it's a good spot for fish to hide and they'd still reap the benefits of this outflow. I don't know what this is yet. It feels decent. I mean, it's not a monster. There's something. Yeah, about the same size as before. I gotta remember I'm pulling this one against the current, so it does feel bigger than it really is. Just a little blue. Oh. It's not raining anymore, at least I can show you on the main camera. He felt bigger because I was pulling him against the current. It's a small blue. Pretty fish, but I want one that can eat this. It may not happen today. Hands are getting numb. There we go. All right. Let's get this guy back where he came from. Gorgeous fish. Tiny little guy. It's amazing how cold the rainwater is, but how warm this water is I'm putting these fish back into. In fact, I'm trying not to put my hands in it because it's bayou water. It's gross. There's a waste treatment plant right here. But I'm not gonna lie. It actually, when I put those fish back, in, like, for example, I'm gonna use the water to get some slime off my hands. It feels so nice. Starting to see a lot of shad out there, so I've taken the curly tail off. I'm gonna use this rattle trap that looks like a shad. See if that can't get us something. Gotta make sure we don't tangle up the hooks first. Interestingly, I actually found this lure at a park. Didn't buy it. It's free. Free 99. All right, there we go. Had a bit of a backlash. Just had to get that out. Let's cast this lure out. Really good casting distance on this thing. Quite love this lure. I can feel it working as you retrieve it. That little wobble wobble feeling. Just perfect. It means it's swimming just the way it should. Good fish on, guys. Good fish hit the rattle trap. Oh, and he threw the hook. God. You know what that was? That was me being an idiot. Spending too much time trying to get the camera on and not keeping proper pressure on that fish. Okay, but big fish just took. I'm gonna tighten my drag a little bit. What was that? Big, strong fish. I don't even know what it was. Man. All right, let's get this back out and keep going. Finally, got him hooked. Got him hooked up. There he is, Get in here, Yes, finally. Oh, that took forever. But we got him. Yes, sir. Oof, gotta be careful. Look at the dorsal. The spines coming through on the dorsal, but beautiful little red drum. So happy to have this. That little tail spot. It's been a while since I've caught me a red drum. Gorgeous copper patterning on their face. Just really like, just take the shiniest penny you've ever found. That's what color these guys have. It's absolutely breathtaking. Beautiful fish. Oh, I'm so pleased with this. And look, big eye spot. My favorite part is that iridescent blue. They lose a lot of that as they age, but this one still has it. It's just absolutely fantastic fish. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and get him back. Well guys, I think that'll just about do it for today. A couple of good fish and a surprise red drum. It's getting dark outside and the fish just aren't biting quite as much as they were when we arrived. Anyway, I've had a good enough time. More is coming, stay tuned, and until it's here, I'll see you guys later.